All right, here we go. What is this, like day 13 or something? Hour 13? Fritz, you're adorable and you're purring so loudly. Such a loud purr. It's gonna be the whole stream, me petting Fritz. Oh, man. Okay, let's take a look at our memory here. I want to check a couple things. First off, current possessions. How many keys did I find in the quiz place? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. Yes. So we have 7 keys. And photographic memory. Yeah. Books? Yeah. So each of those keys should eventually get us a torn biography page, of which we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We have 7 biography pages. The woman in the bed asked for 9 things. I've only written down 6. I want to check and make sure that there's also, is it visions? Yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, okay. Apparently I had an answer that I didn't write down. Seven is the key. You're dreaming about brie when it's monster time. Don't. What are we talking about? What does cheese have to do with this? I could really use some monster though. That sounds good. Brie also I would take. X. Okay. So we have this game is just me closing the menu and reopening the menu immediately. So look how close we're at. 78.3%. 78.3%, and I have no idea what's going on. No idea at all. 7 chipmunks sitting on a branch eating lots of sunflowers on my uncle's ranch. Is this a clue for another puzzle? Is this like an ARG? Is that what's happening here? Are you part of the game? Did you just come into my stream years ago with the intention that I would play this game that was not yet released at the time, so you could give me a clue later? I think that's what's happening. Ugh. No, I need the visions. I want to take a look at these visions. The 1932 memory. 1938 memory. That is clearly 2014. That is so clearly 2014. Slide the bottom over a little bit. That's 2014. So we've got memories from 1932, 1938, 1948, 1953, 1957, 1960, and 1962. 1938 is definitely 2014. 1948. Who knows? I mean, if you take a look at like the percentage of the slider, you know, that's up, like that's also clearly 2014. 1953, 2014. I don't think that could be anything else. 1957. Like I'm guessing these all somehow mean 2014. This is 1963. So 1960 is 1963. 1962. That one is 1963. So why do some of these have like the same meaning and some have different meanings? I don't know about that one. You know that child song from the sea, the 7-minute abs ramp from Something About Mary. Are you okay this morning? You all right? What's happening? Pulling numbers out of my ass? How am I pulling numbers out of my ass? I suppose I could. This one is 2014. If you just take the bottom and slide it over to the left, that it like hopefully you can see that one. 1953 is I mean this one is kind of a guess, like because there's not like labels on it, but I mean you can tell just by like the first one is at one spot, the second one it's not on there at all, so 0. Third one is half of the first one, you can kind of tell that, so that'd be 2 0 1 and then 4. It's doubles. That's 2014. 1960, this one is just mirrored. If you only look at the right half of each part of it, you get 1963. This one, the number of intersections, 1963. I mean, you could probably argue that the line on the right there, the way it makes that T shape, but it doesn't go all the way through. You know what I mean? So I wasn't counting that. But that could be 1966. I don't know. But that's where those numbers are coming from. But then there's stuff like this where it's like, I feel like I should be able to figure out what this means then. It's like an aperture. I don't get that one though. This one. This one's. Oh, I see it. Oh, that's cool. It's 1847. That's a really neat, like, I like that. So if the circle is indicating where you rotate, and then like you pivot along that curvy line. You don't know about that 7? Oh, you're right. That is, wait, what the fuck? Yeah, that one's weird because the line is coming out of the circle. Could be a weird 7. I don't know. But that makes for some cool symbols. I think that's a neat that's cool. I mean, it's definitely 1 8 4. Yeah, how do you then interpret the one on the right? The circle. Hmm. A European 7. Yeah, if it was a 7, well, it's gonna be mirrored, so I'll try to draw it backwards. But I think if it was a 7, it would look like that. Where is it? There it is. So what are you then? You're 18 something. What? That's the 1948 one. You are. I'm just gonna put a question mark there for now. What was the 1930? This is the aperture one, right? No, this one's weird. Hmm. I don't get this one. So I'll pet the cat until I think of something. Yeah, yesterday my wife was exercising and I walked through the room and I was like, and I just noticed she was working out. So I was like, oh, you know what? I was talking about Ring Fit the other day. I should boot up Ring Fit again. A sudden bolt of inspiration. Like I should get some exercise. So I booted that up because I was like, I've been doing, I've been biking quite a bit, but I need something. I would like to do some movement that is not so focused on my legs. So when I booted up Ring Fit, the next, which I haven't done in like a year plus, um, I the next two levels that were available to me, both leg levels, both leg levels. It was like 100% squats. You couldn't like customize the exercises for those ones, and so I just came out of that exhausted. Now my legs hurt. Yeah, I see it. I think you're right. 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, that is 1847. Was this 1957? Oh, that's 1932. Okay. 1847. So, I mean, this is giving us a link between years because the 1932 goes to 1847, 1938 goes to 2014, 1948 goes to 1840 something or other. But why is 2014 repeated so much? Well, I guess it's only repeated once so far, and so is 1963. So, what is 1957 then? Hmm. They look so similar, but I can't like find the connection. You think you get this one too? Val, you get it too? What am I not seeing here? Rhetorical question. You know that I hate that feeling when you're like looking at something and there's nothing coming, you know? And then you just sit there staring at it thinking, "Okay, look at it in a different way." And it's in the brain it's just like static. It's like, "Okay, think of a new idea. Go." The order of the animation frames of the explosion are wrong. I think what's I'm too focused on what my brain is trying to piece together is it's taking like those 4 lines and kind of shifting them in and out, right? But it's like but then you can't make those 2 shapes in the middle. So like, but I'm so stuck on that when I think it's not. It's gonna make me say, "Oh." Ugh. New ideas. This doesn't work that way. God, I wish we could have music during this. You know what? You know what? I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna think about it. I'm gonna walk around and I'm gonna think about it. I walk around. You know what? Let's take a look at the maps here. Already done this several times. We gotta figure out the quiz thing. We gotta figure out Mr. Coleman. Still no coffee to be had. I know. No coffee. I mean, who was it's Cup of Nude said, I think that you looked it up, right? You looked it up? I don't want to know, but I just think it's silly because it's like it prompts me for something. I don't have any coffee. What possessions do I have? I've got mazes, I've got keys, I've got video games, I've got a flower. Can't make coffee with any of that. Maybe I just need a cup. Maybe that's what I need. I also have the playing cards. I have the playing cards. Don't you get in my way. Don't you get in my way. I've not found a use for the playing cards. What did I find the playing cards in? Didn't I find those in books? Does that say on the door? Oh, it says tickets. I don't care about that. I love dogs. I don't like that dog because it specifically gets in your way way too often. How about a flower to show I'm an appreciator of the arts? No? Okay. Tickets. Tickets, please. Let me buy some. Come on, Lorenzo. Open the damn door. How's it going, Gergs? And then over here, I need something to put into the graves. Second and last, the youngest to pass third and fourth, the one who met fate after 40 years. So 2 centuries. The youngest. Damn it. That's got to be the youngest, right? That's 2 centuries. That's 40 years. Okay. So we've got the 3 graves. First and fifth is 2 centuries. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so whatever it is, I don't know what I need to interact with this with, though. I'm just picking that key because that's what got us in here, I think. But I mean, I'm sure this isn't working. You resub to WoW, you'll be alright. You know, stay strong. It's not your fault. It is, but... Morning, Aram. Some of you are so stealthy, just sneaking in there with an identical name color to somebody right next to you. It's crazy to me that that game is still getting expansions. Let me ask you, so for World of Warcraft, have they ever, like, has there ever been? Because I remember when I was a kid, that was, I don't think that it needed a powerful machine to run, right? Can it, in its state now, can it still run on like computers from the early 2000s? It's gotten updated graphics in recent years. Oh, okay. So probably no then. It's just, I had just thought of that now for some reason. Okay, what I want to focus on... I don't know what I want to focus on. I don't know. Let's look at the scripts because I've not I read through all these lost script pages. I did not read through the third eye. Let's see if there's anything in here. I will read it out loud. Each one, and then I will, yeah, we'll see if that, it probably won't do anything. Okay, first one, page 2. Theater day. Smoke lies thick in the small tawdry theater. On the hardwood stage, a magician performs. His coat is worn and mended, but once it was expensive. Lorenzo the Great. But alas, the young Mademoiselle Henrietta Dubois could not escape her sordid fate. He yanks the handle to his erythrotrope, and a silhouette of a man stabbing a woman appears on the wall. The crowd stares dumbly at the shadow, and they smile with yellow teeth made for biting. Lorenzo looks at the audience with disgust. He takes out another wheel labeled the third eye for Brotherhood use only. He hesitates, but puts the wheel in his contraption. The next story, it's not meant for the likes of you. It's something I normally only show refined ladies and gentlemen. Wow, rude. But I'll make an exception tonight. Those tired, ugly eyes of yours shall see something new. Lorenzo yanks the handle. Thousands of years ago, the third eye shone over the islands in the far east, but one night it fell from the sky. Comet passes on the wall. Strangely enough, it quiets down the crowd. They follow the comet while gaping and see it crash to the ground. A human found it. When she held it, she saw the magic of this world. She had a vision, so she painted a creature in red ochre on a cave wall. Cave paintings show up all over the wall. The crowd is a bit confused by the effect. Cave paintings. At night, the crimson beast awoke. It spread chaos and death and devoured the human and her people. A red monster appears. The crowd screams in terror as it attacks them. Some of them have had enough and flee the theater. Lorenzo slows down and the beast disappears. The story of the red creature became a legend, but the third eye lived on and appears in the most unlikely of places to this day. That is all for tonight. You have been a wonderful audience. Go away. The crowd mutters and leaves. One man, better dressed and cleaner than the rest, remains in his seat. He studies Lorenzo with cold eyes. Brother Tertius? When Lorenzo discovers his presence, his pupils dilate from fear. Tertius? It's a weird name. All right, one down. Brotherhood Lodge, night, page 6. The room is dark. Besides the many lit brass candelabras, Lorenzo stands with his hat in hand. 50 men in robes watch him from a long table. At the end of the table, a stern old man ponderously strokes his sideburns. Brother Septimus, another brother. A young brother opens a mahogany case and takes out an ornate revolver and a minotaur mask. He looks over at Brother Septimus, who nods to him. The young brother puts on the mask and aims the gun at Lorenzo's head. Play safe and never pass. Gamble to pass or perish. Truth above all. Risk my life, brother. How many were our first ancient brothers? 7. Is this 7 brides for 7 brothers? Is that what we're getting? Is that the plot we're getting into? Is this gonna be like a crossover? Correct. The seated brothers raise their goblets and drink. What is the punishment for sharing our secrets with outsiders? Lorenzo grabs hold of the table and is about to faint. Death. Correct. Lorenzo closes his eyes, but death does not come. Under normal circumstances, you would be dead now. I'm sorry, elder brother. I was not thinking. Weariness and perhaps a crisis of faith. Forgive me, brothers. Thankfully for you, these are not normal circumstances. The time is nigh, little brother, and like in the old, we shall send 7 brothers in search of that which was lost. All brothers hold up 7 fingers. 6 have already gone searching for omens. You will be 7th, the disgraced one. Where will you send me, elder brother? Augen Waldberg. There lives an artist in an old manor. The prophecy mentions her. Go and see, brother, if that which was lost is there. Lorenzo nods. The lady suffers from an eye condition that will ultimately render blindness. A sad fate for a painter. Take these vermilion tears. What do they do, elder brother? Nothing at all, but you will use them pretending to cure the lady. That is your guise while you search her house for the third eye. Okay. Exterior, Augen Waldberg Manor, dusk, page 12. Hooves clop echoes through the dilapidated courtyard. Algae-covered statues silently await the arrival. A pale, sickly horse comes into view, pulling a wagon painted red in a distant past. Lorenzo walks beside the horse and leads it by its reins. Lorenzo ties the horse to an old oak. Be brave, Morse. You have nothing to fear. Lorenzo carefully approaches the front gate. He bangs the knocker. Lorenzo scans the dirty windows for any signs of life. Finally, the door creaks open. And instantly, Lorenzo raises his top hat and takes a bow. A white rose appears in his hand from his hat. The miracle has arrived. An ashen woman in an expensive dress stares through him with milky eyes. Renate Schwarzwald? I do not believe in miracles. That is why you need one, Baronin. Lorenzo hands the white rose to Renate. It changes color to red. I cannot figure out how I want to pronounce this name. I'm going to say Renate. That's what I'm going to say. You might as well perform for the shadows. My sight is fading away. Your eyes are fading because there's been nothing to see. Weary eyes need entertainment, and tired souls need miracles. Who are you? Lorenzo the Great at your service. A magus whose name is whispered from the shores of Zanzibar to the frosty peaks of Helsinki, known to beggars and kings alike. Well, you are not known to me. Good evening. Good burn. Renate is about to shut the gate. Wait. My journey's been a long one. My horse is tired, and to be honest, so am I. It looks at the very sickly-looking horse. I had 4 once during better times, but ironically, Morris is the only one who lives. Very well. Okay. The manor. An oversized dead goose lies on the oaken dining table. Lorenzo devours his portion in a loud manner. Renee tries to hide her disgust. Is the room satisfactory? Yes, I slept like a piglet. Weird. Okay, so it was not you I heard last night. Lorenzo drinks wine, coughs to buy some time. I was up briefly, yes. He takes out a small vial from his sleeve. My vermilion tears. They need moonlight not to lose their magic. I took the liberty to use one of the windows in your studio. Renate looks amused. I took another liberty and studied some of your work. The portraits are, of course, excellent, but I am most intrigued by the drawings of signs. How's it going, Can't Control? My Himmelskorper suite. What inspired them? Magician, might I ask you a strange question? Who am I to refuse an answer? Did you see a labyrinth while you were in the park? A labyrinth? A red labyrinth. The only labyrinth I saw was the portrait of the man with a labyrinth instead of a face. Renate stands up angrily. I've made no such portrait. Your lies have ceased to amuse me. I know why you are here, and I know where to look for it, but I will hold you to your word. Lorenzo looks like he's about to assure Renate of his pure intentions. Cure my eyes. The manor, the bedroom. The curtains have been drawn. Renate lies on top of the bed. A trace of a smirk on her lips. Lorenzo looks gravely serious on the side of the bed. Are you ready for your miracle, Baronin? Yes. Lorenzo spills a single drop of vermilion tears into Renate's left eye. She blinks, and Lorenzo drops another tear into the right eye. It might be a few days before it takes effect. Renee's eyes start to boil and she screams in unfiltering agony. Lorenzo backs away in horror. Lorenzo holds his hands over his ears to protect himself against her looping, deafening screams. Everything turns black. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. It's just eye drops. Then quiet. Lorenzo stirs to life on the floor. He sees Renee lying lifeless on the bed. Lorenzo checks her pulse in a hurry. She's still alive. Apparently he has at some point put a bandage around her head. 2 red dots mark the eyes, giving Renee a disturbing appearance. Baron, can you hear me? I can hear you, magician. They tell me you are not invited. Invited where? To the cavern. I followed the echoes of my screams. They were waiting for me. Who was waiting for you? Our ancient sisters and brothers in the Far East. They're sharing the secret with me, but they won't share it with you. The cavemen think you are an obsequious ignoramus who balters through existence. Baron, and you must rest now. The labyrinth, they drew it on the wall. Go and see by the window. They say I should defenestrate you, but we have an agreement. There you go, Val, your favorite word. Lorenzo slowly trudges against the window. Moonlight shines on his weather-bitten face. He looks out the window. A giant garden labyrinth has appeared in the park. Do you see it, magician? Yes. Do you see me in the labyrinth? Lorenzo squints. It's very dark. Yes, I see you. Do you see you? What do you mean? Can you see yourself in the labyrinth? Of course not. I'm not there. Neither am I. Lorenzo turns around and bumps into Renee. The red dots on the bandage have grown substantially, looking like giant red bug eyes. She puts her hand on Lorenzo's face. The room turns red. Lorenzo gasps in disorientation. He's now somewhere in the labyrinth. Lorenzo quivers from fear. Renee smiles at him. Her bandage is gone, and a pair of lovely hazel eyes look at Lorenzo with affection. This is the place from my childhood. I am over there. Renee points behind Lorenzo. He turns his head to look. A girl wearing an owl mask watches him from behind. Owl girl. She runs and disappears behind a corner. Renee takes Lorenzo's hand. Come. Together they run in the labyrinth. Renee seems to know her way while Lorenzo is trying to make sense of the strange space. A red hue suddenly appears on their faces. It's the most beautiful thing they've ever seen. They smile with tears running down their cheeks. The light grows stronger and the cosmos plays music just for them. What the fuck is going on? Italian Death of a Salesman. God, how many more? That was only okay. So we've gotten through 5. We've got 4 more to go. All right. The library. The library is in a game. It's in one of the game things. Fritz, you're so cute, but you're so hot. I really want to move him off my lap, but I don't have the heart to do it. It's so hot right now. It's too warm. Renee's hand moves frantically across the canvas. Lorenzo sits in an armchair by the window with his top hat on his knee, posing for a portrait. There's movement inside his top hat. I think it might have been a maze, not a labyrinth. Aren't they interchangeable? A labyrinth prolongs the path, while a maze is for getting lost, and we are lost. It's a big house. It can sometimes be disorienting. We've seen it. I think the price of admission might be an eye and a leg. Lorenzo leans forward, and his hat falls on the floor. A red owl flutters out of the hat in front of Lorenzo. He stares at it in surprise. That was a very clever trick. Ugh. The owl perches on the top of a bookshelf. And when the third eye blinked, the red beast laid an egg within. The third eye closed, and their bastard offspring was born thousands of years later. Renee studies her canvas and is a bit confused. Realistic portrait of a man in a dark suit, but where his head is supposed to be, there's a red glowing maze. Renee notices 2 tickets in his hand, takes them, and stares at them. Teatro Rosso. So that's probably the tickets for Caravan. An excited, faceless valet points at a red curtain. Lorenzo and Renee look at each other and then step through it. Rows and rows of seats. It's much too large to be inside the manor. Lorenzo stares in disbelief at the giant theater. 2 tickets to paradise. It seems empty, but the murmuring from the crowd is deafening. Gaslight illuminates the stage. Someone clears his throat behind them, and a featureless usher points toward the first rows. I know what an usher is, but in my head I'm picturing Usher like the performer. Renee and Lorenzo silently descend the stairs toward their seats. A fanfare, the lights dim. A man dressed as Lorenzo and wearing a Lorenzo mask rides a prop horse onto the stage. What is this? Lorenzo knocks on a door mid-stage, and an actress wearing a mask resembling Renee opens the door. Applause. The light intensifies on stage and blinds Lorenzo and Renee. On the stage, a comet hanging from wires passes. Renee and Lorenzo avert their eyes, and the comet is gone. The stage is empty. A lone hesitant clap from somewhere further back. The actress playing Renee walks on stage. She holds her hands in front of her, blood flowing from her eyes. Please hold me. The actor playing Lorenzo steps on stage purposefully. Lorenzo and Renee watch their theater alter egos on a stage. In grim silence, their hands join. Lorenzo drags a stylized prop window onto the stage. Renee wanders, sobbing blood. Lorenzo tries to place the window in front of Renee, making her fall out. The crowd howls with laughter as Lorenzo gets more frustrated every time Renee misses the window. Please hold me, please hold me. Finally, Lorenzo had enough. He grabs Renee and shoves her with full force through the glass window and from the stage. Renee lands with a thud and crack. Theater blood squirts into Lorenzo's face. Lorenzo forms a fist and rises. Enough! Lorenzo watches him silently. The whole theater boo. Let's go, but Renee is gone from her seat. In fact, she is nowhere to be found. Lorenzo looks around in panic, but it's like she vanished into thin air. The actress playing Renee comes back to life and is elevated by strings into the air. She bows and receives applause. The actress turns her head to Lorenzo. She takes out the Renee mask. Beneath it is a featureless face. To be gifted is to be infested. Ideas are tiny red eggs in your brain. To the microscope, they still look the same, the good and the bad. Oh, but look at the time. Lorenzo slowly walks off the stage, his footsteps echoing through the empty theater. He moves toward Lorenzo. Lorenzo turns to run, but his doppelganger catches up with him. The doppelganger removes the mask. Behind it, Maze Man, his head buzzing in an electrical manner. She's waiting for you. Here's an idea. Follow my daughter. The Maze Man puts his hand over Lorenzo's eyes. Disoriented Lorenzo finds himself in a hotel corridor. A phone rings somewhere. Further down the hall, he sees the owl girl. Where is she? The girl flaps her arms and hoots. Enough games. The owl girl disappears down a corner. Lorenzo stomps after. The owl girl waits for him at the end of the next corridor. Suddenly, a black Labrador runs up to him and barks. Lorenzo looks at the dog with surprise. His tag reads Rudy. Rudy lies down and plays dead on the rug. As he does, Rudy changes from black to white. Finally, the dog cramps and then contorts into a cat. A payphone rings on the wall. Lorenzo lifts the receiver. Why are you answering the phone? Lorenzo remains silent. There are no phones in 1847, you cretino. Lorenzo grunts. Hang up the phone and go chase the owl girl, just like the script says. Lorenzo hangs up. He sees the owl girl with a limp cat in her hand. Okay, Fritz. Lorenzo runs after her. Corridor after corridor, Lorenzo runs fast. Wait, stop it. No cables. Corridor after corridor, Lorenzo runs fast with determination, but the owl girl is always around yet another corner. He never catches up with her. Lorenzo turns a corner. There is no owl girl, but a mirror. Lorenzo sees himself briefly, and behind him stands a man in sunglasses and a dark suit. Lorenzo regards the man in the mirror, but the mirror changes, and Renee appears levitating like a ghost. Stylish sunglasses obscure her eyes. Waiting for you upstairs. I looked serious, so you might want to go check. Renee vanishes from the mirror. Lorenzo is left with his image of himself. He looks weary. He turns and goes. His footsteps echo through the empty manor. All right, last. So, hi, Fritz. You're so cute. At the end of the dark hallway, Lorenzo sees a dark shape. Lorenzo very slowly approaches it. It's Renee with her back turned against him. Lorenzo stops. A long silence. You keep sending the wrong goose to the butcher. Baronin? Baronin. I think the Baronin would perhaps hear talk about her ascension. It's supposed to be H-E-A-R? She can say something to the effect of, I have good news for you. We are not artists. We are not even art. When it comes down to it, we are all just paint. Aren't you happy with this news, magician? Renee switches voices again, and he would say, Lorenzo keeps his silence in defiance. Why is this so hard for you? Why do you think of these things? This is unimportant. There are symbolic values and mirror images, yes, but none of this matters, Signorina. Have you read my manifesto? You would have known it was never meant for viewing. Lorenzo looks confused for a moment. Please, Baronin, let's leave this place. Every maze has a solution. Renee sighs heavily. Really understand nothing at all, but if you understood, you would have never played your part. Time for entertainment. Here is her last performance. Renee turns slowly around. Her face is hidden by shadows. Lorenzo takes a step forward. Her eyes are empty craters. Red paint runs down her cheeks. Hold me, please hold me. Lorenzo backs away. Please hold me, please hold me. Lorenzo backs further. Renee's arms flailing, searching for him like tentacles, paint dripping everywhere she goes. Please hold me. Lorenzo's eyes widen with fear as she comes closer. Her touch disgusts him. Suddenly, Renee increases her pace and she touches his face. Please hold me. Lorenzo instinctively pushes Renee with full force. Smiling, she falls toward the large window. The Baronin crashes through it and down to the ground below. Lorenzo stares at the window in shock. He steps toward the window. Rain patters against his face. On the gravel path below lies a mangled corpse. What the hell is going on, man? What is going on? What do you call a fish with no eyes? Shh. It's good. Oh my god. Well, that was I don't know. I feel like I'm more confused after reading all these. Now it is they keep saying So it starts in the theater. It starts in like Brotherhood Lodge. Okay, the manor, and then they mistakenly call the manor the hotel in this one, and then it's crossed out and written manor. So I mean, they're clearly talking about this place. They're clearly talking about this hotel. I honestly, I don't know if the asking for advice is supposed to actually give me a hint or if it's meant to be complete and utter gibberish. Even the greatest artists can make a bad omelet. God. Talking to the shittiest Sphinx. That's exactly what it is. What a sentence. Have a good one, Val. Yeah, we saw that. Should have stayed in bed. You know what? What happens if we just follow the footprints? They end there. Perfect. That was easy. This is the damn quiz place. All right, we're gonna look through here for anything to do. Anything at all to do with that Mr. Coleman that they asked me about in the quiz, because that's all I can think about right now. It's not gonna be that one. Mm-hmm. I don't know that I've ever had to use this. I don't know if that's like required. This is useful Latin phrases. One of them is maybe one day it will be joyful to remember even these things. All right, if I go to Italy, I'm gonna memorize that one and find a place to slip it into conversation. Men generally believe what they want to. Cannot be undone. Remember death, remember mortality. Great work. Right, like the Greek alphabet. Right. These symbols are linked to codes for the bug reports from the games. Latin is like Italian. It's like Latin is like Spanish. But yeah, why don't you go hang out? God, my legs are sore. He leaves he leaves my lap and then he comes back like 10 seconds later. Buddy. Hi. Got sharp little claws, buddy. I don't know that I've used the directions either. Internet. Man. So where have I seen the... Let me see this, the Greek alphabet again. I don't know if I've seen these anywhere else in the game. It's a mutt language. Yeah. Was there any other pages of this? No, it's just telling me about the Ace of Spades. Tell me about the Ace of Hearts, though. Mm-hmm. They dedicated an entire letter in the alphabet to being sassy. Oh, it was dormiente is the word that I didn't write down. Okay. The different rewards you can purchase with them are not required to complete the game. Spend them wisely. Their amount is finite. Voltage shortcuts. God damn it. Listen very carefully if a person wearing an owl mask speaks. I don't remember anything the kid with the owl mask said. Maybe there's somebody else I need to call. I mean, we called this place in order to game system. Did I ever get my coffee cup? No, I never got a coffee cup. Is the coffee cup required to beat the game? Coffee cup is required IRL for me to beat the IRL game. Or for coffee, I would have game overed a long time ago. Renato. Uh-huh. We went through the scripts. I don't know that I've seen anything about the ghost tour. Why don't we call Lorenzo? 1798, huh? Let's call Lorenzo. See what Lorenzo has to say. I've definitely called him before. Alright, see you later, Cup of Nudes. I knew you would call. Tell me what you will see in that cave. Didn't I already tell you this? I have this written down somewhere. Go through my notes too and see if there's anything that I wrote down that I didn't do anything with. Shit. Let's try again. I have written down human, bird, ox. Something you need is in your bag. Didn't I already do this a long time ago? God damn it. Foresee that I will see you at the show, sister. Well, it's not a very impressive prediction, right? When you give somebody a ticket and then say, I predict you're gonna go to that. Just forgot you had something in your inventory. Well, I had literally talked to him. I called him hours and hours ago in game. I swear I gave him that answer. I don't know why I would have like gotten the wrong answer and then just like left. I don't know what happened. Maybe I'll have to go back to the VODs. Maybe something else happened. I don't know. Tickets. I got your tickets right here. Seeing as you have a ticket, I suppose you're here for the show. Well, all I have left is this lice-infested wagon. The horse which carried it is as dead as magic. I am now but a nameless vagabond with a violent past. Only the most red of roses could awaken the memories of my great show. Well, lucky for you. Here you go, you prima donna. Yes. I remember it like yesterday. Do you? Welcome to the sideshow, sister. For a measly 10 American dollars, I can show you a trick I call the disappearing woman. It might take you to unexpected places. Not yet. This theater is a tragic lie. A parade for the slumbering. The main attraction is waiting on the stage. But on the edge of this deception, there are lost woods. Travel there to hear the stories passed down through centuries. For a modest gift, he can arrange your journey. Find me there. Are you talking about the magician? Is that the side? That must be the sideshow. I just want the dollar, man. The girl appearing behind you. There we go. Welcome to the sideshow, sister. For a measly 10 American dollars, I can show you a trick I call the disappearing woman. Think we'd all like to see that one, am I right, fellas? I might take you to unexpected places. No, not yet. Shame, return when your heart longs for magic. I wonder if these are two separate things or if they go to the same spot. Will it work on my wife? Take my wife, please. All right, what do you have to say? Big welcome, be welcome, big welcome. Be welcome to Teatro Rosso, sister. Our ancient order knew of your return. Our prophecy told of a sister bringing us magical cards. We saw that it would open the doors to her past. Tell me, sister, did you bring us any magical cards? Suddenly I can use everything in my inventory here. The Ace of Spades. The card of death. Oh, we got keys. So wisely, the Ace of Spades turned into a spade-shaped key. Damn. Morning, EDTA killer. Hey, I've got good news. I've got a Ace of Hearts too. Card of love. Yeah, I'm happy about that after just staring at the menu for like an hour. Miso. Miso. Stop it. You didn't know that it's the card of death? According to this game, it is. All right. Let's go with him. Let's go. Your support keeps the arts alive, sister. Please brace yourself. We're gonna go see, apparently Shrek the Musical is playing in Madison. We're gonna go see that in a couple weeks with my little sister. We're also gonna go see Johnny Pemberton this weekend. He was in Fallout. If you watched Fallout, I forget his character's name. But I think he was the one who was going after Titus. Yeah, you know the guy? Apparently he also does comedy. I was just looking at stuff going on in the city, and it was like he was coming to the comedy club on State. The Penguin? Yeah. I saw you put that in the Discord. Shrek the Musical sounds like a good time. I'll let you know. I'm curious. I hope it's all Smash Mouth songs. And then they just like kind of twist the story to make it fit. We've traveled far to get here. Come closer and I will tell you how this all started. This is the tragic story we call the Legend of Creation. Very, yeah, I'll check it out. Thousands of years ago, the third eye shone over the islands in the far east, but one night it fell from the sky. A human found it. When she held it, she saw the magic of this world. She had a vision, so she painted a creature in red ochre on a cave wall. At night, the crimson beast awoke. It spread chaos and death and devoured the human and her people. Didn't I just read this somewhere else? Is this credits? The end. I wouldn't be surprised. I don't expect this to, like, come together at the end. The story of the red creature became a legend, but the third eye lived on and appears in the most unlikely of places to this day. Oh, okay. Thanos. You should see the trick once more. It's free of charge for returning customers. No, but does this one go to a different place? Are you gonna also have $1 in your hand? You do. No. Nope. Oh, okay. There's another one. Okay, so we got to come back here after I find another $1. But first, we got places to go. Got doors to unlock. Should probably check a map. So clubs is down on the first floor. Okay, spades is up here. We got hearts and spades up here. Those are the only two that I have. Okay. You thought you saw a wall of scrolling text. Did I beat this or just... No, you did see a wall of scrolling text. You did not beat it. Art store, here we go. Okay, we got the hard store though. What you got for me in here? Scrapbook? The scrapbook is full of newspaper and magazine clippings. All right, Dusseldorf Post. Oh boy. More reading, yay. I'm gonna have a sore throat today. Quite the elaborate scheme just to rob me of 20 bucks, yeah. Citizens in Dusseldorf visiting Bauschinger Kunstinstitut in hopes of seeing beautiful paintings on display will be severely disappointed. Curator Anna Catherine Braun states that the art of the future will require participation. The spectator will interact with the artwork and perhaps even co-create it. The first wave of this so-called art is an exhibition called Verschlossen Erinnerungen, spearheaded by Lorelei. I need to get my little sister on here. She majored in German. She can do all the, she can read all the German words. Spearheaded by Lorelei Weiss, a lesser-known artist from Frankfurt who thought it necessary to litter a fine institution like Bauschinger with childish puzzle boxes that only the most fixated could possibly open. A fine product for country fairs, no doubt, but Fraulein Weiss's clothing and insistence upon wearing sunglasses indoors suggests that she has the hubris to think that her trinkets belong in the upper echelons of art society. Opening boxes in search of locked memories is a prime example of what is wrong with art today. Well, fuck you too, buddy. Technic and photography. Technic and photography. All right. Electronic Art Symposium. Earlier this week, the exciting Electronic Art Symposium took place in Kirchsteiger Mess. The exhibition is open to everyone and hopes to show the exciting happenings in the world of electronic devices. Lorelei Weiss, puzzle boxes, computers. Deliberate malfunction caused some panic. Not too keen to talk about what the work of art means. She does not want to end discussions by giving a correct answer, but that definitely was a deliberate malfunction. Comment on the unreliability of technology, but concept artist Aichi Tanaka thought that Weiss wanted to show us the death of an artwork. Ugh. Renzo Nero is not a filmmaker for everyone's taste. His critics find him crude yet pretentious. His latest film won't win them over, but I don't think Nero cares. Unani Mala Terribile is in many ways an experiment in audience participation. Number of scenes present the audience with tough choices about what should happen next. Regardless of the choices, the film always ends with Lucia coming back to life. This interactive film... Stop it. Stop. Dude. Down. I don't know why that's suddenly your favorite thing to do. Shit. Makes fun of its own concept of interactivity. It's a comment on the illusion of democracy, but it works just as well as a joke about the illusion of interactivity. We like to think it would affect outcomes. Mere spectators. Tired eyes. Tell me about it. All right. Renzo Nero wins big in Monte Carlo. Grocery bag stuffed with American dollar bills, stated that he was there to clean house. Good spirits joked with both staff and other patrons. Melissa Dubois caught Renzo Nero in the company of starlet Carla Romano and socialite Felicia Levy, both drinking champagne, but the big winner celebrated with a double espresso. Were you not afraid to lose such an amount? No, it was not my money. I had seen in the stars that I would win. No reason to worry. There would be no movie, but it's better to have no movie than a bad movie. I needed more money than the studio gave me. Do you think you have set an example for other filmmakers? No, it was a terrible idea that turned out very well. Casinos are crooks. I got lucky. I would recommend filmmakers to rob banks instead because gambling is immoral. It's so weird. All right. Hey, what are we... Okay, now we're going to get another key. Miso couch. No, Miso hasn't been scratching the couch recently. He does like to scratch the stairs though still, which we don't mind as much because the carpet kind of sucks anyway. Death that occurred at the hotel, closed for the season. Commissar Schmidt, blah blah blah. Delicate phase, murder investigation. Okay, Central European Times. I was confused when I received an invitation to the eye-to-eye session. Oh, okay. God, I was very confused. Fritz was, it looked like Fritz was like chewing on his back paws. And it looked like he had like, you know how cats will like chew on their claws and like kind of trim them that way? Looked like his claw was like really long and coming out of his paw, and it was very confused. No, he just has a little mouse toy that's like the exact same color as him in his paws, and it was like the tail. Has like a stubby little tail that looked like a long claw. Scared me for a second. Thought he hurt himself. The Third Eye Movement, gathering of painters, musicians, composers, directors, photographers, writers. Agnes Magister, artists. Power of Creation. Cult or commune. Solely for those filled with the power of creation. Being offered a seat at King Arthur's round table, quest, blah, 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 blah. Not for the Grail, but for something else. For the Third Eye, duh. Art filter. Where are they now? Lorelei Weiss. Another thing obscure artists is the archaeology of the 21st century, long dead native. Can't be sold. No one knows if it exists anymore. Choose the Gauguin of the electronic era if all of Gauguin's work had been burned. After the Nero affair, for which she sadly is most remembered, few have met her. Gaston Rousseau. Went and saw her. I was too late. I had such big plans. Maybe I was a fool to believe I could create a renaissance for a long-forgotten electronic art pioneer. The old woman I met could hardly see, let alone speak. It didn't look like she had much time left. So clearly that old woman is Lorelei. Hey, 2022. This is the most modern thing I've seen so far. We've all heard the story by now. In Ogenwalderberg, Mikado, blah, blah, blah. First found in what was the basement of the old mansion, which previously stood on the grounds, was later sold at a flea market. Ute? It's hit up backwards. Claims to have managed to reconstruct parts of the data. Huh. Interesting. Give me that $1. Is that all that was in there? I mean, we can get another key. We should go back there anyway. Let's get, we can get the other key and we can throw away another $10. Hi, Miso. Would any of that help in the trivia game? No, I'm still looking for something very specific in the trivia game. It's about a Mr. Coleman who I've no interest. That's the only place I've ever heard of him is in the trivia game. All right, let's do the disappearing man trick here. Sure, take my $10. All my apes gone. Your support keeps the arts alive. Now please brace yourself. What you got for me? Your journey has been long to reach these lost woods. Come closer and I will tell you one of the legends we speak of in this forest. There once was a man from Nantucket. This is the tragedy of the tale of the Baroness and the treasure hunter. Long ago, there was a noble human born in a palace. Hidden in her palace was a long-lost treasure with a will of its own. Paint the world in red, it whispered to her in her dreams. Driven by the influence of the treasure, she painted a treasure hunter who appeared in her palace as if real. Together, they set out to find the treasure known as the Third Eye. When they found it, all magic and wonders of the world appeared before them, but with the vision came great misfortune. The artist said, who needs eyes when there's nothing left to see? She cut out her eyes and blindly fell to her demise, not as a human baroness nor artist. Instead, she had become art. She had turned into red paint from an old rusty bucket. Her whole world faded away, as did the treasure hunter, but the third eye was once again prepared to trade hands. Whatever, man. He's not looking. Quick, take your money back. Take this card, turn it into a key for me, will you? Heart of luck. Use it wisely. Okay, well, there's the club's door. It's down here. So this is gonna go outside. And this is gonna go... The anticipation of slowly walking to a new place to explore. Yeah. Oh, good. Yeah, I knew that this was gonna have this guy on it. I think that I know. I don't know the combo, but I think I have. There's something that I got a while ago. Here we go. Here we go. Second magic word equation. Is it... HTE, okay. Makes sense. Okay, Fritz? Good. Shortcut! Alright, we're at 14. What is Y? Oh, I feel like I've done this one. So yeah. I solved this puzzle the other day because I was looking for something else. So every box is what adds up to 100. So 16 plus 8 plus 4 plus 18 plus 32. The answer is 78. Please release me before going on to the next puzzle. Fuck you, man. Alright, fine. As you can see, you've gotten me into trouble. Quite the metaphor you've created, Senorina. An escape artist who cannot break free from capitalism. Now release me, please. A photo is taped to the man's back. Inspect the photos. Nice coat. It's just the one photo. Okay, unlock the chains. What do you mean that's not the password? Fine. You think it's ah? And if it's not that, then we'll try ob, and then ak, and then odd. Inspect the photo. Fritz, stop it. I need to lock you upstairs while I'm streaming. Damn it. Oh, penises. Shit. Well, I can't unlock it. I guess I'll go on to the next one. Wait, what did you say? Will you let me leave through this door? So I think, hang on. Let's look at the photo again. I'm guessing it's a Roman numeral that's gonna go in here. I don't understand. What does the photo have to do with this? Is that a photo of? Oh, that's a good point. I guess it's not. Well, I mean, it could be him in a different outfit, but. I'm hearing these cats do things. And. I don't know what they're doing. Is that Lorenzo? There you go. Grazie. Now that we are on our way to freedom from the monetary system, we can get back to the project. The man on this cassette is perfect for our needs. Oh, we found a video cassette, finally. See you soon. Okay. Can I enter? Oh, dollar. The money. What was it? 78, I think. What I said. Yeah. Where does this go? Oh, okay. Maps. Where are we? We're on floor 2. We can go in the spades door now. Which, okay, let's head there and then we'll save and then we'll call it because I'm already late. But I'm also like kind of on a roll, so. Fritz, don't play. Oh my god. I gotta, hang on. Playing with a dryer sheet. It was adorable, but. Hey. I think I should probably take that from him. All worked up. Alright, one sec. Fuck work? Tell me about it. Alright, real quick. I think you have to go up here, right? And then around to the right. Maybe not in there. Yeah, you gotta keep going. No, let's save just in case. Actually, yeah, I gotta call it here. I do have to go to work, and I have to give the cats. What do you? Oh, you still have a toy there. Cat's got the zoomies. Don't you? All right, I gotta get going. I know I just saved, but we'll save again. And then we have something to start with on Monday. I think. Okay. Coming up. Cat's losing his mind. I I don't know if I'm streaming this afternoon because AT&T is coming to install fiber. I don't know if I'm going to be able to stream. It shouldn't interrupt Spectrum service, but I feel like it should still be available. You know what I mean? So that's up in the air. Monday morning, I don't know if I'm streaming because I think the comedy show is Sunday evening. Let me check real quick. Oh, it's 6 p.m. I should be streaming Monday morning. Never mind. So we should continue this Monday. Hope to see you there. You folks have a wonderful rest of your day. Take care. Bye-bye. Thanks for hanging out.